Hey everyone, I'm T-Pat, and today I'm going to be showcasing a speed run of Pokemon Legends ZA. This is called Rank F. So it's not the full any percent, the full game. It's more of the bite-sized first section of the game. So we're going to be doing basically enough of the game to get our fill in of all the mechanics of what this brand new speedrun entails without having to do the whole 7-hour run. So the estimate for this ends up at about 1 hour 55, maybe 2 hours generously. But I've been doing a lot of practicing in any percent, have translated that skills back into the rank F run, which is basically just the first section, and you even still thin out a little bit more. So my best time currently is a 149. Record for this sits at 141, so I think 155 is a pretty comfortable estimate. I'm going to be going through more of the description of this brand new game, which came out in October. Funny enough, it's been out for 18 total days, so less than 3 weeks, and the speedrun has already blown my mind, especially with how fast some runners have gotten even any percent down to. So without delaying anymore, we will jump into the run here. Got my notes, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Pokemon Legends ZA, the first official Switch 2 title, though some might consider Scarlet and Violet having gotten a Switch 2 specific patch. Kind of feels like that was kind of the first Switch 2 game, but this one was definitely the first one released for the Switch 2 for sure. And it looks amazing. This game has been absolutely incredible. I've been a big fan of the Legends series for a long while. We'll first start with some settings, nothing unusual here, and jump into the title screen, which I absolutely love. I still get I still get goosebumps and shivers from hearing the title screen. It is very lovely. But here we are in Lumiose City, the metropolis of the Kalos region, Gen 6, for the Pokemon fanatics out there. A lot of pre-game criticism was that, wait, this game only takes place in the one city in Kalos? Turns out the city is truly massive. It is hard to represent the scale of this city and of this map. I think they really outdone themselves. I have a lot of good things to say about this game because it is the second game in the Legends title, the first being Legends Arceus, which was very unique and very different from a mainline series game. And this takes that same vibe of trying to be quite different from normal mechanics, but they did meet kind of halfway. So a lot of the Pokemon battling, like the stats and the battle mechanics, are a lot closer derived from mainline games as opposed to what Arceus attempted. But as you'll see with the battles, a completely fresh take on how battles are incorporated in the overworld, how they're incorporated in real time as a true action RPG game, while making it look outstanding. The battling, by the way, is the best part of this game, and they leaned into it. There's going to be a lot of battles. Legends Arceus only had like 10 total battles in the whole game, and that speedrun was more about the research tasks. It was about catching Pokemon, feeding them, and seeing certain moves. This, we're kind of back to normal. Into like the research is there, but it's more like do it at your own pace. It doesn't lock any of the story progression. This is way more about the battles and really featuring this really cool anime-esque battling. You will see with our first scripted battle here exactly what I'm talking about. I will mention that if the battle mechanics of Legends Arceus were a la Final Fantasy X. This is more Xenoblade Chronicles. But of course, the first and quite possibly most important choice of any Pokemon game is, what starter do we choose? And we have this incredible trio of Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig. And they're all quite good. This is a great trio of Pokemon to have selected, to have as like an option. We are gonna choose our water starter, the little bitey boy, Totodile. And in a marathon setting, I actually wouldn't be opposed to putting the starter select up to like a donation incentive. Totodile is definitely optimal. Tepig has gone through some early game iterations. Chikorita's a little left behind. It's definitely the weakest of the three, but it's workable. Like, would absolutely be able to use Chikorita for rank F. I think a full game run would be a little bit more resistant to that option, but it totally would work. So what we see here is that the battle mechanics are no longer turn-based. Everything is overworld. In fact, I can move around the arena here and select my moves in that lower right corner, and the moves now have a cooldown. So I just need one more tackle here. So like, I can move around the arena and then lock onto my target. Tackle's active. We hit it, we'll win the fight. So now these battles feel so much more alive. And they look outstanding. I think this kind of battle mechanic fits really, really well in the Pokemon universe. And it makes it feel like... It makes it feel anime. You know, when we were all 10 and we were imagining what a Pokemon battle would look like as Totodile and a Pancham were jumping around the grass, doing their tackle attacks and water guns, like, they would move around, they would try to dodge each other, and your Pokemon will follow your character. They'll usually try to be at your right hip. And and we'll use that to our advantage. There are moments where we can choose to not do a move and run around the arena, and our Pokemon would follow us. And thus, like, if an Ember came out and the Totodile was, like, you know, moving at a perpendicular angle, it might be able to dodge that attack. It will come up in the speedrun that we will still want to be the ones attacking. There are a few moments in any percent where dodging is kind of the play. So that gives us a little snippet of what we're going to be working with. It is completely new. It is completely fresh. It's really exciting. And yeah, it's just so awesome to see like a Pokemon game look like this. So we've met kind of so the loose plot here is, you know, we're a vacationer. We arrive in Lumio City. Urbane here is now our companion or rival. Urbane wanted to do a video promoting the Hotel Z and stopped us, but we kind of got caught up a little bit with the Pancham stealing our travel bag. And after that, this thing called a battle zone appeared where trainers can just lock eyes and force you to battle. We're not in the Royale yet, but we will be seeing this 5 times in the rank F run. It's actually a total of 10 times we have to compete in the Royale in the any percent section. So this trainer does tell us to battle. Wasn't sure if I was supposed to tackle or leer there first. That looks good. So I leer before tackle because this next tackle should be able to KO, and it does. Awesome. We'll do the same strat. Ideally, I can win by the second water gun. That wasn't a particularly good first attack. So I'm not doing anything like too crazy in terms of the movement here. Just waiting for this tackle to become active. Perfect. These battles meant to be very, very simple, and we'll get a bigger taste of the Royales and a deeper explanation of them later on, but they are a very, very important part of the run. In fact, it is effectively what the run is named after, rank F. So in the city of Lumios, which, by the way, takes place 5 years after the plot of X and Y, there is now something happening called the ZA Royale in the city, where every night these battle zones appear, where trainers duke it out and try to climb the ranks. And the ranks quite literally go from letter Z to letter A. So this run, we will start at rank Z and work our way up to rank F. Now, that may seem like we've got to do 21 ranks to get from Z to F. Not to worry, we're gonna skip a few of those. Not via a glitch, but through a special promotional match. The last match actually sends us up 16 ranks instead of 1. So that's why we only have to do 5 ranks instead of 21. So that's why this is very much the bite-sized, I don't want to call it the tutorial category. I think that's a bit disingenuous. I think that would like give this category a bad rap to just say speedrun the tutorial. But it gives you a little like piece of everything. Not just the Royales, but the Rouge Mega and a little bit of the plot, though the plot certainly thickens into the later stages of the game. So that won't be really expressed all that well. Instead, the Royale is going to be the most important section. We'll meet our new rivals and companions, and then we get at least one Rouge Mega, which ends up being a huge part of the full game, but we at least get to do the first one, which was really cool, really satisfying. For those that were big fans of Legends Arceus, it feels like the Noble battles are now the Rouge Mega battles. But they are even deeper, they're even more complex, and I will have to be using a lot of that movement tech mid-battle that was not necessary in these tutorial battles, but will be vital against the first and only Rouge Mega Pokemon that we do in the Rank F speedrun. Before we get to our next rival fight, as we go through the very introductional, a very classic Pokemon slow moment, especially with modern games. Like, modern games are very mindful of actually having plot in their games. Because of that, there is more text, more cutscenes than normal, and it does slow the pace down. I'll take this moment to explain some of the various categories of the game. As I mentioned, Legends ZA came out on October 16th. I'm actually recording this video on November 3rd, so it's only been 18 days. Literally less than 3 weeks since the game came out. And there aren't too many off-the-cuff categories because this is a very linear game. But the speedrun has really developed massively. Like, I'm blown away at how good some of the top runners are at this game in less than 3 weeks, and how innovative the run has become, how quickly it has been optimized. Who knows if there will be any major optimizations, but some of the ideas are truly outstanding. So for categories, any percent is obviously just like the main story of the game. You go all the way through rank A, and then you have to, spoilers, save the city. The tower is gonna kind of go rogue itself, and we have to literally stop it from destroying the city. That takes about, I would say a good estimate, like a marathon estimate, would be 7 hours tops. A lot of good runners have gotten sub 7, including myself. I got a 6:58 on my second attempt after quite a bit of practicing. And that's good. That's a good, solid run for having learned the game, learned the strategies, learned the movement. Where the great runners are, they're in the 640s. Like 645 to 648 is a very common range for a lot of runners to end at. The top runners are already in the 630s. 6 hours and 30 minutes is outstanding for any percent. Record as of today is a 636. And I think 2 or 3 runners have gotten below 640. Hoping to be there one day myself. There are not very many glitches, so glitched, glitchless isn't really a big thing. There's like one glitch. I've been calling it forfeit glitch, where you can say you're going to forfeit a match, but then cancel the forfeit in a way that cancels your Pokemon's cooldown. Like, the move cooldown won't activate. You'll still get the move off, but then the cooldown is skipped, so you can get the move off faster. It's more effective in the early game than it is in the later game, because we'll be one-shotting a lot of Pokemon in the later game anyways, so that glitch isn't necessary. But most runners don't use it. So this is really kind of like a glitchless speedrun. The forfeit glitch is, it's there, it's kind of lame, and I think most of us believe that it will eventually be patched out, especially if it affects rank battles in any capacity. I don't think it specifically does, but it just feels like one of those glitches that could be patched out later. And if it becomes unavailable, then it's like, well, then we have to separate those runs from the rest of the leaderboard. Anyways, that's any percent. From there aren't really any other, like, super clear categories that fit within the bounds of any percent, especially smaller ranked categories. Unlike Scarlet and Violet, which had the 3 companions have their 3 individual stories that you could do in any order, here, this game is just, it's linear. It's every objective is point A to point B, and how you get there is your choice. There will be the Royales, which will, is where we will encounter a ton of our RNG. All the time save and time loss is mainly in the Royales. But there's not really like a catch a specific Pokemon kind of like category. So this was kind of the closest thing that we got. So rank F is just the less than 2 hour first section of the any percent run. Rank F feels correct because it is the battle that we get to be promoted 16 ranks all at once. So it does feel like a huge milestone. So it feels like, okay, we got a little taste of all of the game and it has to offer, and this was the moment that thrust us from being the super beginner to, you're in the advanced rank of the Royale now. From there, more characters and more plot is introduced with each successive rank up, but it does the plot quite literally thickens. Like, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger sections between each rank, and that's why the game goes from 2 hours to get to rank F, and then 5 more hours to go from F to A. We'll have our battle with our rival here. I probably could have tackled on that instead of gone for Leer. Actually, this is going to be good because this water gun is going to KO. Awesome. Now, I'm going to get up and close. You're going to see me do that a lot in the battle, where I'll actually encroach on my opponent, because the tackle attack will go faster the closer I am to my opponent. So you're going to see this little, like, circle thingy. In the case of tackle, it will go to the opposing Pokemon. And in the case of water gun, since it's a ranged attack, it'll go to kind of the off my right hip. And then Totodile will go to that spot. We'll split there. Yeah, so to continue my thought, like rank F, 2 hours versus F to A, which takes 4 to 4.5 more hours, 5 if you're me at this stage. And like I said, with rank F, since we're not doing the late game, we do trim a little bit of resource gathering. So the rank F runs are outright faster than just like the any percent section through rank F. From there, I can only think of one other category that's even being explored. It's called all colorful screws or all plushies. There are these items called colorful screws that are hidden around this, again, gigantic city of Lumios. That's a little bit longer. That'll be between 3 and 3.5 hours. Because you do have to go a little bit deeper into the game. You have to go to rank E to unlock something called Rotoglide. Our Rotom phone will usually save us from falling too high. It's the same thing that happens in Scarlet and Violet. Your Rotom phone comes out and you literally like latch onto it if you fall from a great height. There is now Rotoglide, where we can jump from building top to building top using the Rotom phone. You don't get access to that until after rank E, and some of the colorful screws hidden around the city are only available with Rotoglide. So that ends up being a little bit longer, 3 to 3.5 hours, depending on how fast Etiquette can do it. Because right now, really, only Etiquette is kind of looking at that as a possible category. And you may have noticed that I was dodge rolling for movement. Yes, it was determined that not just dodge rolling specifically, but something called neutral rolling is the fastest form of straight line movement. It's not by much, but here's the difference. If I'm holding forward, I'll go roll, run, roll, run, roll, run, versus not holding the stick at all, like the left stick. If you're just neutral on the left stick and you're mashing Y to roll, you'll just go roll, 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 roll. And that's the fastest form of movement. If you're pressing forward on the stick, that is approximately the same speed as just outright running. I think it's frames faster over a very long distance, but you're talking like less than a second over a very long sector in a straight line. But neutral rolling is quite fast. So you will see me neutral roll quite a bit, especially if I have to cover a long distance in a straight line. There are no other modes of traveling in the game. There is no bike. There is no rollerblades. Sorry, XY fans. No rollerblading in Lumiose City anymore. There's an NPC that actually references it. The NPCs in this game are just an absolute treasure. Some are unhinged text boxes. They are really, really funny. But one of them does reference like, oh, you don't see too many rollerblading here anymore. It's like, I wonder why. a little self-aware. We are going through a bit of the tutorial section here. Nice, perfect. The Bunnelby is interesting because at full health, that is a very unlikely catch. It's like 20%. So I brought the Totodile out to do some damage if that Pokeball failed. Hitting it with a single water gun pushes it up to about 70 or 80% chance. So I got a nice little bit of time save for free there. You are going to see me catch a Weedle. I guess I'm going to throw at this. Nice, okay. Some more rolling. Perfect. So I caught a Weedle and a Mareep. That will serve two purposes. One, I lied. There is one single point in the game where research does gate progress, and that is right now. We are going into the research lab to meet a interim professor her name is Mabel. Mabel is the one that gives us research tasks. They're not quite as in-depth as the Hisui ones. We'll hear there are things like just catch 5 normal types, catch 5 fire types, not catch 12 heavy Bidoof. Like, nothing quite that specific. But there is one moment in this game where we are research gated, and it is for Mabel's first level of research, which is catch 5 Pokemon. Thankfully, there is enough in that first wild area. There are 5 unique types of Pokemon in addition to our Totodile. So we can get 6, but we really only need 5. So Mabel will require us to finish her first level of research super duper easy as long as we have 5 Pokemon. And that's it. And then we won't... Not only will we not complete any research tasks, we hope to never even see the research menu ever again, which is press X twice. That's right, you open the menu with X, you don't close the menu with X. X just takes you deeper into the menu. Oops. We are actually going to teach the move that we are required to get. It is not an HM, it's the TM for Rock Smash. And we'll need that to get back into the hotel. So that's the first purpose of the 5 Pokemon, the Mareep and the extra Weedle that I caught. Secondly, they could help us in the battle zones. We're getting closer towards our first battle zone, which unfortunately is scripted. The second battle zone is when things start to get interesting. That would be, on my splits here, it would be the Yvonne battle zone. So that's the rank, we'll be rank Y to be promoted to rank X, and that battle zone is where things start to get interesting. It's not research tasks, but there are battle cards that could say things like, knock out an opponent with an electric type move. Well, good thing we caught that Mareep, which has an electric type move, which we can use in the battle zone for more points. That will become more clear when we get there. Oh, but for now, we're going back to Hotel Z. We cannot fly there yet. I'm gonna keep an eye out for these little sparkles on the ground. I'll get this one just for a little bit of safety. It did not matter. What I'm looking for is those sparkles can be experience candies, and even if they are the extra small candies, which are only worth 100 experience points, that can be worth a full level of experience in the early game. So any experience candies, even XSs, are very useful. We hope we can get at least one. The Holy Grail, funny enough, is a small candy. It's worth 800 experience. And that is worth, I think, 4 levels on our Totodile in the early game, which is a lot. It will save a ton of time on, in fact, the fight that we just saw. We're just getting explained that we're about to do our first Royale, where our promotional match will be against this guy named Zach. But first, I can't battle Zach unless I gain enough battle points. It's pretty simple. You see, you battle a trainer, and if you win, you get points. Cool. The second one is where we get the battle cards, which are worth extra bonus points. And some of those cards are worth a lot. Some of those cards are worth more than the battles themselves. Map tutorial. Alrighty. Alright, so we are in the battle zone now. These are our teammates, by the way. We have Lita and Naveen. They're super cool. I love the companions in this game. Funny enough, picking Totodile is actually pretty unoptimal for the very, very first trainer that we fight in the game. I'm actually going to lead the Fletchling itself because it is a grass type. There we go. So we do this little trick around the corner to already get a sneak attack. And I am going to switch out here. You would... Is this going to kill? Yes, okay. That was a little scary. The Bellsprout used Growth and Divine Whip, which was super effective against my Totodile. But Totodile can absolutely lose that battle if I'm not careful. So I already take advantage of Fletchling being in my party. It is only level 4, but we're actually getting taught about like sneaking up here and like crouching. Funny enough, this trainer has their back turned, so we don't even have to crouch up towards them. But effectively, watch what happens is I'll get this water gun off and there will be no cooldown going into the battle. So I'm gonna get another water gun off immediately. I'm actually gonna Leer here because I don't think this tackle is going to KO. Of course, I got growled, so my attack got dropped, so this is a little... it's a little iffy. I need a better roll here. Yeah, that kind of stinks. I'm going to move right here. I saw a little sparkle on the ground, hoping that will be an experience candy when I'm done. So you see, we're getting 350 points. We need a total of 1,000 points. Kind of convenient that this will end up being 3 trainers. We'll grab that. Was not worth it. Oh, there's not very many little... Actually... not the worst thing in the world. That's a Cherry Berry, which does heal off paralysis, but still looking for that experience candy. There it is. Okay. I'm weirdly going over here to, again, pick up a little sparkle, and we're going to fly away. So there we go. There was our first Royale. We defeated 3 trainers. We got to 1,000 points or over, and we've got our Challenger ticket. So now we are allowed to fight Zach. By the way, this trainer here is rank X. They are 2 ranks higher than us, and they have a level 18 Pokemon. You are not meant to defeat them. Funny enough, the battles that we just did were part of the demo that Pokemon put out at a bunch of different things. I did get to play the demo at PAX West. And it's really funny because you get to learn the game, you do those 3 battles, and then you're like, go ahead, try to beat the 4th person. It's just like, why do they have a level 18 Pidgeotto? I have a Chikorita. I've walked into a trap. Again, I'm gonna pick up these, see if I get one more extra experience candy. I did not, but I did get 1, 2, actually. And then I can auto heal, which is excellent. So again, picking up even 1 extra small experience candy gets us to level 10, which is super duper important for this fight. 2 reasons. 1, the Pokemon damage formula is now back to normal for Legend standards. Hitting level 10 gets me a little chunk more damage down. The way the rounding works, A Pokemon that has the same amount of attack stat at, say, level 9 and level 10 will do just more damage at 10. But 10 and 11 would be the same. So levels that end in 0, 3, 5, and 8 end up getting that damage boost because of how the formula is rounded. Additionally, we get to learn the move Bite. Bite's a dark-type move, and it is super effective against the Psychic Slowpoke. Ooh, I have not been growled yet. This is great if I can... Nope. Yes! That is awesome. That is awesome. We did not get growled, so now we're going to do full damage into this Pidgey, which is awesome. So I don't even need to leer it. I'm just going to save time. Water Gun does not kill, but Bite will. Don't growl! Don't growl! Yes! Oh, this is going swimmingly right now. This is one of the better Zac fights I've actually had. And yes, this Pikachu may seem scary, but we've got a bit of a level advantage. Ooh. It's going to be close. But we got it. Okay. I can always heal mid-battle, but I certainly was preferring to just attack. Awesome. So that's how the Royales work. We go to the zone, we do some battles, and then we have to fight our promotional match, in which we've ranked up from Z to Y. From here, things are going to get very interesting. So, Totodile's our starter. Definitely, honestly, Tepig does the first Royale a little better, though it doesn't do Zac. It doesn't fight Zac as well. We end up actually having to use the Mareep against the Slowpoke. But Totodile does fights Zac so much more effectively that that's one of two reasons that we would pick Totodile. Like, Tepig and Chikorita can handle it. Just not as well as Totodile. Like, through the whole fight as a whole. But we're not going to use the starter the whole time, unfortunately. A lot of recent Pokemon games have been quite good about having a diverse selection of Pokemon available, especially early on in the game. Scarlet and Violet was kind of the had the biggest pool. Lumiose is an open world game. Like, we can go to any corner of the city we want at any point. The city is ours to behold. The difference between Lumiose and, say, Paldea is that, one, Lumiose is smaller than Paldea, though, don't get me wrong, it's still a big city. But in Paldea, we can just quite literally get to anywhere, and there is any Pokemon. If a Pokemon can spawn in a certain sector of Paldea, it's there. Now, the restrictions are if they're level 40 or 50, we actually can't. They won't obey us at that level. But the Flamigo is a great example where we go to a section that is quite close by. It is within our obedience cap. We catch that fully evolved Pokemon, and then we feed it experience candies to crush the game. In Lumiose, yes, we can go anywhere in the city, but the wild zones, like the one that we ran through to catch the Fletchling, the Bunnelby, the Weedle, and the Mareep, are slowly introduced over time. It does fall in line with the plot that there are Pokemon just coming into the city, and the city is trying to, like, control that. It's trying to control the pace at which the Pokemon are appearing in the city. Because it is getting a little out of hand pretty quickly. So while we can go everywhere in the city, not every Pokemon is available to us yet. We can only catch things that are in the wild zones, which are available, which will slowly increase. I think there are, at this stage, there are 4 wild zones. And there's nothing that's too outstanding yet. It definitely says, all right, let's limit your power level. We can't just let you have a Flamigo immediately. Funny enough, there are Pokemon that are available outside the wild zones. The city is alive. There will be random Pidgeys and Fletchlings and Trubbishes that are just kind of around the city. They're wild Pokemon, so you can catch them. We're not going to go after any of those. But we will be getting our main or ace for the run, for sure. We are introduced to this mechanic called the Mega Crystals, or the Mega Shards. There are these, like, Mega Shard growths that have appeared all over the city. In any percent, we do need to farm those pretty effectively. Because we need enough of the Mega Shards to trade in for a very specific Mega Stone. We will not get far enough into the run for that to matter, so I'm actually going to skip any of this, like, farming. So these are like shards that we would hit with the Fletchling to start gathering those Mega Shards, but we don't need to do that in rank F. So we run past them. The 10 that I got will be the only 10 that I get. Ooh, that was a super potion I missed. Oops. Forgot it was there. No biggie. Not expecting anything too devastating in terms of health that will matter. Though this category kind of does thin out a lot of the I think we don't even shop at all. We just kind of like YOLO it. I will grab this great ball around the corner. By the way, neutral rolling doesn't work if you're being targeted by a Pokemon for whatever reason. But I will do it down the pathway here. Anyways, I was mentioning the ace. So more like a traditional Pokemon game, we want one Pokemon to be super strong, a little over-leveled if we can, and to be that one Pokemon to do the heavy lifting, to rely on to defeat the game. Whether it's the rank F category or all the way through any percent. And there is one Pokemon that stands out above the rest, and his name is Boys. And I know I'm a big fan of diversity, and I love all the events that GDQ puts on throughout the year, lifting up all of the marginalized voices like GD Queer and Black and Flash, and Frame Fatales, obviously. It is amazing. This time, this run's about the boys, though. You'll see, the Pokemon we're going to get is quite literally named Boys. It's French, it's supposed to be pronounced Bois. But I've been a millennial long enough to know that his name is Boys. Boys is incredible. A very, very good boy at that. Boys, funny enough, is a required Pokemon to have obtained. If you have played ZA, you actually have this Pokemon. It is required. Let's dodge roll this way. I am going to pick up this item for safety. It's just a revive. It might be the only one I get in the whole run. So unlike the super potion, we'll get the revive. But yeah, I'll explain more about boys when we get them. Right now we're being introduced to, funny enough, not the evil team. There is no evil team here. Kind of. There's this group called the Fist of Justice. Their leader is Ivor. He's actually the rank D battle, but we will obviously not get that far. Instead, we will battle his subordinates. I think I'm gonna throw in a bite here. Actually, tackle should be enough. Perfect. So now I'm gonna switch to the Fletchling. The Fletchling just hit level 10 here, which gives us a bit more oomph with the move Peck, which will be super effective here. I also want you to see how fast Quick Attack happens. Quick Attack, bang. So, Quick Attack, and then Peck. The moves not only have a cooldown, but they also have a bit of a wind-up and a follow-through. And Quick Attack is normally a priority move. The follow-through of Quick Attack is instantaneous. Versus a move like Peck, which is like, and Peck is one of the faster moves, to be honest, but Quick Attack is, the follow-through is instantaneous. You will see with a move called Mega Horn, which is supposed to be an 80% accuracy move. There's no accuracy in this game. With everything quite literally happening in the field of play, moves have no accuracy. They just have longer wind-ups or follow-throughs, if that is any way to put it. So I'm actually going to start crouch rolling here, because I would like to have a chance to catch a Pikachu. Oh, this has not gone super well. I'll actually need a bit of help here. That should be good enough. That didn't KO? Okay. Ugh. Okay. We got the Pikachu. So, Pikachu is a required catch. That did not go particularly well. Oh, please stop hitting me. Okay, we're out. We're out of the wild zone. Like Legends Arceus, though, the Pokemon... Like Legends Arceus, the Pokemon in the overworld can attack you, the player, and you saw my player health start to decrease. It is not impossible to quite literally get electrocuted by the Pikachus. There are 3 or 4 of them. I ended up disturbing all of them and did not do a particularly good job catching them. I tried to get a back strike. It is not as easy in this game as it was in Legends Arceus. Though, the trade-off is that going into battle is not its own section of the game. You just put your Pokemon in the overworld, and they do the attacks, and then you throw your ball. But Pokemon can join or leave or get KO'd really at any point. That was a little hectic. Pikachu is required. But T-Pat, you already have a Mareep. You already have an electric type. Pikachu's required, though. Oh, I did not need to do that. Okay. So now we're going to start moving around. This is kind of the most complex section of the game. I'm just going to pick up this Great Ball for no reason. I feel like I might need one later. Usually I can go up that scaffolding, but instead I'm cutting that out, and I'm instead just going to go into the restaurants. The restaurants are particularly good at having items on the inside. And then we fly back to Wild Area 3. That's an Experience Candy medium. if you remember, I was raving about how good an extra small candy was, and that a small candy would save me a ton of time. Yeah, that was just a medium that I picked up. Extra small is 100 experience points, small is 800, medium is 3,000. Now we're cooking. We have just gained an item that will give us a massive amount of experience. We're going to do the same in this restaurant, which is called Sushi High Roller. There was yet another medium candy and a max revive for safety. Alright, so the characters with the little blue dots, those are side quests. T-Pat, why are you doing side quests? Because it is actually part of the main quest. So what we're doing right now is we have met Emma at the Liquor Bureau. And Emma's pretty overwhelmed. She asked, hey, can you help with some of these like missions and quests that's kind of bogging me down? We say, okay. So it is part of the main quest to do 3 side quests. One of the side quests is to do this in-game trade. This girl has a Thunderstone, and she says, I would love a Pokemon to use my Thunderstone on. Do you have a Pikachu? I'll trade you this Heracross. And we say, yes, we do have a Pikachu. So this is the reason why I caught the Pikachu. It is a required side quest. And we're going to trade the Pikachu for a very, very, very generous Heracross. Heracross is, in fact, the boys. This Heracross will be our main for not only this category, but it definitely is the main for any percent as well. So this is Boys the Heracross. Boys is really good, and Boys fits the bill for a speed-running ace Pokemon in so many ways. The first is, in any traded Pokemon, in-game or with another friend, get trade experience, boosted experience. So the Heracross will gain experience at a faster rate than other Pokemon would. Secondly, this Heracross is fully evolved, and it is quite rare to get a fully evolved Pokemon with their fully evolved stats at this early of the game. So this very much feels kind of like the Flamigo. Again, Flamigo, fully evolved, very high attack, very high speed. Yeah, this Heracross also has very high attack. I'll grab that Great Ball as well. Funny enough, if I see a Spinnerack, I'm just going to go for it. I don't actually have to do any moving here. I just like to do it like this. So now we've used those 2 experience candies to get, let me see here, we're gonna go left and right. I'm gonna switch the moves like this. Perfect. So those 2 medium candies worth 6,000 experience took our level 12 Heracross and already pumped him up to level 18. So we got him 6 levels. By the way, the Heracross matches our Totodile at level 12 when it's traded to us. So we now got a fully evolved Pokemon that was at the same level as our starter Pokemon. All right, I did not catch. That is fine. You go for that catch because it's faster than the Sableye just fading out of existence. Here we go. So Boys the Heracross has a very generous 125 base attack. It's fully evolved. And now we gave it experience candies, so now it's feeling a little like Scarlet and Violet, right? Get Flamigo Funny enough, Flamigo comes at level 17. We give it 1 large candy, and it becomes 25. And on the very next fight, it goes to 26. It won't be that cracked, if you will. Funny enough, I think Pokemon learned its lesson in... I'm going to check for the defense drop. Did not defeat it, but it might catch. I'm going to try again. So again, if you catch, the fight ends faster than you not. A little silly that I didn't get it off the rip. So it is not as... It's not going to be as busted as the Flamigo. The Flamigo and Scarlet and Violet kind of made a mistake at giving us large candies. There will be no large candies. Nope, we're actually going to 4. Large candies that effectively don't exist. I personally have only seen 1 large candy that is available for pickup, and it is very late in the game. It is actually right before you get rank A. You get like the 1 large candy. We won't be doing that. We're gonna get a couple more mediums, which will be good, but it won't be so overpowered that it just breaks the game like Scarlet and Violet does. But we have gotten a fully evolved Pokemon, a in-game traded Pokemon, which, funny enough, isn't even the first for X and Y. In Kalos, you use in-game traded Farfetch'd and an in-game traded Hawlucha for that run. So it's funny that we do it again in Kalos. Another good example is Candy Floss in Gen 8, and Sword and Shield is an in-game traded Pokemon that does very well. The Heracross is extremely special. So it fits the bill in so many of those ways. Did I mention it has the maximum possible attack? This Heracross has the highest IV in attack, and it's a plus attack nature. It's Brave Nature, funny enough. And it's the same Heracross every single time. So not only is it consistent, it literally has maximum attack. So now our battles feel a little bit faster. I lost a little bit of time there. I think I did, compared to the last time I did this, which was quite literally a day 1 speedrun. I think I did a little bit more running around to get medium candies, so that time will be repaid later. I think the final thing I want to mention about Heracross before we let him loose is that, all right, he's not the fighting flying type that Hawlucha or Flamigo is. Fighting flying is an incredible type combination. It is almost perfect in terms of move coverage. Heracross is a fighting bug type Pokemon. Downgrade, but we do get access to the move Aerial Ace, a flying type move. So we do have fighting flying on our move coverage. And any percent will go get Mega Horn, which is a 120 base power move. Incredibly powerful. We won't get that far. Pin Missile will be our best bug type move. We will increase tackle into takedown for a bit of damage. All right, so it's Royale time, and this is the real Royale time. We sit on a bench to make it nighttime. And now we get the battle zone. Now we are unleashed. We got all the tutorials. We were taught about how the battles work. We were taught about the battle zones. And we were taught about side missions. And now it's time to let loose. There are these cool things called battle cards. We are going to pick these up. Land super effective fighting. Perfect. Sneak up and on your opponent before they start. I'm just gonna run. Oh, I didn't see this trainer. That's fine. I was going for that battle card. I literally didn't see this girl. Oops. I probably should have fought the other person too. I'm trying to get the sneak up goal. And then look for a super effective fighting move. So these cards, notice how that land super effective fighting type move is worth 500 points. That battle was just 400. Use super effective moves, doesn't matter what kind. Perfect. In fact, I already finished that. I've already finished that card. So trying to manage what the cards are trying to tell me to do, use super effective moves, sneak up on my opponent, land super effective with fighting types. I want to do all of that. Where is the card I was going for? I think there's one behind me. It is use super effective move, doesn't matter what kind. So, that person turned around. She was only rank Z, so it's only 350 points, but I got the 100-point card. I need to use that fighting type move to take advantage of the card. Sneak up and start battle with normal. Perfect. I have tackle attack. The Heracross is trying. Come on. Go that way, buddy. That didn't work out so well. There you go. As long as the trainer can see my Pokemon, I just need them to not see me, the trainer. Still not getting a chance to use my fighting type move, which is kind of a bummer. So that's where the RNG comes into play. It's like, I've got this great card. Wait, that was worth 800 points? Wait a second. Wait a second, I'm cooking. I only need one more battle now. Okay. Now I don't need any other cards. I'll get one to see. This one was like flying type. Beautiful. Go up there, hit him with Rock Smash, bang. And oftentimes, the sneak attack does do more damage, and here's my, here would be me getting the fighting type move. So, there we go. 5 is fine. I think 4 is good, 5 is fine. As you're gonna see me get 800 points, and I've got way more than I needed. So we are going to take a taxi here. So the reason we take a taxi is it will unlock a fly point. In this case, it's yeah. Funny enough, I have to go back. Oh, wait. I was actually supposed to go get the candy. I missed a candy. Oops. I looked at the next page of my notes. There's yet another... Nope. Dude, the city's complicated. Alpha saw me. I will get this candy. So we'll use our 2 candies here. That gets me to level 23, which is fine. Got an idea for a move, which is Takedown. I will teach Takedown. It is a very powerful move. And then here's my rank up promotional match. Yeah, getting all those, like, little details down is... It's challenging. Don't get me wrong. And the route has evolved so much in the last 2.5 weeks that it's hard to keep up. Like, even rank F has become more and more efficient. But now we'll see the power of Boys. Funny enough, Boys does not have a particularly good type matchup. Oh, I missed. Wait, what's happening? That was weird. That was very weird. That has never happened before. I have never been so close to the Pokemon that the move Aerial Ace or Brick Break or Rock Smash literally missed. It was like I was too close in. This is also weird because I wasn't supposed to use Aerial Ace. Because I had to wait a half a second. That's scary. If the Pavilion chooses Gus, it very much can KO me. That has never happened before. Like, literally, I've never been so close to the book. Like, Brick Break and Aerial Ace is just, you know, down slash, and then you hit. I've never seen it not hit. I'm gonna have to clip that. That was wild. That was wild. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about earlier. If I can be a little scary, if literally that happens, I guess, because the Pavilion can use a flying type move, and we are 4 times weak to flying. So that is like a little bit of a problem spot. Shouldn't be an issue for the rest of the game. Sheesh. Yeah. Anyways, Heracross is incredible. Fully evolved Pokemon in the early game. We take advantage of having, at this point, we have used 4 medium candies on it for a total of 12,000 extra experience. It has access to fighting flying moves, a little help from Bug and then Normal. This will be our final move set. Well, I'll teach Brick Break when it's convenient. An even more powerful version of Rock Smash. And yeah, it just fits the bills with everything. In any percent, we do. This is why we get the Mega Shards to trade those in for the Heracross Knight, which is the Mega Stone. Using Mega Evolved Pokemon is effectively required. The Rogue Mega Pokemon do have a mechanic where they can only be effectively damaged by, not technically the Mega Pokemon, but what are called plus moves. It's the agile strong style of this Legends game. The plus moves is the only way to effectively damage the rogues. When you are Mega Evolved, all your moves are plus moves. So that kind of takes care of that issue. The one rogue, I mean, I'll explain it later. The one rogue that we do fight, we actually get gifted a Lucario to borrow, which already can Mega Evolve. 1 HP, okay. Okay. So we don't have to go out of our way for our own Mega Stones through rank F, but we are on our own past that. And Heracross, listen, if you thought 125 attack stat was good, Mega Heracross has 185 attack, and it is the second highest in all of Pokemon, behind only Mega Mewtwo X. And that is not even in this game, so Mega Heracross just outright has the highest attack in this whole video game. And it's just gifted to us, so... Very, very, very impressive. We are going to unlock one more fly point. So we're going to take one more taxi here. We're actually unlocking the area that I will need to visit later. So, have to unlock the fly point by going inside. I think that's why I got confused, was getting inside is what I do with the other ones. Land hits with grass. Oh, I have to send my Pokemon out first for this to work. That didn't KO? Oh, it's because I don't have Brick Break yet. Ah, I just got to level 24. Okay. That would be why. Gotcha. Okay. So again, I went to pick up cards. I actually didn't... Okay, I got knocked out with fighting, so... I'll still want to immediately knock out my opponent on the first blow. There actually should be a card right... Not here, apparently. I am going to teach a Brick Break, because that is just a strict upgrade. That will give me 600 points, because that was quite a good task. I also want to land hit with grass-type moves. I did catch a Spinnerack, which will help with that. I want to see what this next card is first before committing. So this is why I caught the Spinnerack. Ooh, I want to hide before I can... Okay. So I got my two moves... So I got my two grass moves off. It is really convenient to... be able to sneak up and then do the attack without the worry of the cooldown. Infestation is kind of a crummy move. I have to take the time to put the... put the Heracross back in its wall. Excellent. And there's the flying type move, like KO with flying. You know what? I will go for the Brick Break just in case it KOs, which it did. I know that wasn't very effective, but that was to complete both of these cards at the same time. I need 2 more battles or really see what this card is and if I can complete it. Land hits with water. That? For 2, I can do that. Need to find somebody to use this on, and I'm thinking about going to the roofs. The only thing is I need to avoid a trainer that leads a Hone Edge, which can be a little bit scary. Knockout with a fighting type move. It would be a little bit easier to accomplish. Please get a little bit closer than the 2 water moves. Perfect. So there again, I was trying to maximize getting the card and the fight done at the same time. Because those are the extra points that I needed to complete the card. It was kind of one or the other. Perfect. Now we're ready for our promotional fight. This one went a lot better. I think that was a good... like, more of a good example of what a good battle zone can look like. Is taking advantage of the cards that you're presenting. Now, in this section of the run, yes, we do our 5 battle zones. Really only, what, a couple of them matter. Yeah, only 3 of them matter, or 4 out of the 5 really matter. The first one's scripted. Also, the second half of battle zones, we don't need 5,000 or 6,000 points. We need 32,000 points and then up to 45,000 points. Getting a battle card that's worth 20,000 points for, like, using super effective moves will ultimately determine if the run is really good or not. There, I was trying to get my pin missile off before Reflect comes out, otherwise you lose a little bit of time. And you see, I'm just crowding this guy's space. If I'm way farther back and I click Aerial Ace, the Heracross will have to physically like run up to the Pokemon and then use the move. Here he's already there. I have positioned the Heracross to just go bang and then win the fight. So you see, over 3-minute swing, even just in my own splits, on this one battle zone because I did it way more efficiently than I did last time. All right, 2 more of those to do. But yeah, like I said, the battle zones will be... I think it's really fun because the battle zones introduce a level of RNG that you, the player, must optimize on the fly. It is what I absolutely love about speedrunning. It's... Yes, I have my notes, I have my scripted fights, like the required ones, and the optimal way to do that. But the battle zones are just kind of like, you get dropped off there and you're just like, have fun. You never, the cards are RNG, the trainers are RNG. They kind of all spawn in generally the same locations, but what trainers I see at any given point, I can't guarantee that. And what cards I pick up. Like to get a card that says start a battle with a flying type move, it's great. I have Aerial Ace. I just had a run recently where, especially later game, it's just like knock out an opponent with a super effective ground type move, and it's like I don't even have ground type on my Pokemon, let alone anything that's powerful enough to utilize the move effectively. That is, by the way, though, a big consideration. Spinnerack is not required to catch in any capacity, but I know it comes with a grass and poison move, and I got a task that said use 2 grass moves, so I was like, cool, the Spinnerack has that. So while Heracross is the ace, completing the bonus cards is sometimes just as vital, if not more, than just doing the battles themselves. Sometimes you get a really crummy card like those ground type move cards and you're like, I can't do anything with this. Sometimes you get great cards and you're just like, 5 super effective moves, 20,000 points. And you're just like, cool, I'm chilling, this zone's done. And the amount of total swing is pretty wild. At the very, very, very top end, a lot of runners actually get frustrated with what cards they have access to, because it can make such a severe difference. Like, those that are sub 640 in any percent, if they just get crummy cards for a zone, that could actually be a run killer. You almost need one of the 10,000 or 20,000 point cards to really have a chance to get that fast. So it does become like spinning the RNG wheel at a very high level. But at kind of my level of the game, I'm really enjoying trying to optimize the cards and the battles that are presented in a way to gain time, not just lose time. The battle zones and the rogues themselves do offer and lend itself to this being a very good race game. So if any marathon is thinking about like, you know, this might not be the most exciting, like, 7-hour speed run, consider a race. Because a race can have big swings in the, again, 10 total battle zones. Yeah, you'll have lots of moments of big, like, minutes of time swing. No lead is safe. And that makes for an exciting race. I haven't seen Harden in a while from Lido. I think I got lost last time I went to Lido, so good to know that my practice is paying off. But yeah, just so like like Arceus Catch-em-all, it's a very demanding, very on-the-fly routing speedrun. Let's Go, to a degree, and its 50 Pokemon catches is always going to be a little bit different each time. Being able to be clever and creative and know how to optimize the RNG that you are presented, I think is such a brilliant way to have it, like, for a speedrun. Scarlet and Violet just does not offer that for me. This game definitely does. Love this game casually. I love this as a speedrun as well. All right, next battle zone. I am going to take a little moment to rest my voice in this battle zone because I got to get through about 30 more minutes here. So I'll still kind of talk through what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to pick up this card. And that's going to be 700 points on that single brick break. Aerial Ace is one of those fast moves, like Quick Attack, where it just goes fast. So there, my first battle is over 1,000 points. It's not a super effective. Not quite super effective. Ooh, you have a third Pokemon, okay. It's worth 500 though, that'll be good. Oh, I was trying to go for the card. Not really sure what Confusion does in this game, to be honest. I think it's the Heracross wiggles around more than usual. Hone Edge. Yeah, Hone Edge is a Pokemon that I don't really have a good answer to. I have not seen the trainer that does the Hone Edge second. There's a trainer that has Hone Edge first, and you tend to avoid him for that reason. He's just kind of just an iffy guy to battle. Oh, I do this all the time. Wouldn't be the first time that I've accidentally exited the zone. Sneak up and start battles with water type move. I can do that on the next one. I didn't identify that quite fast enough. That's why we have the Totodile. Totodile is also good because of a bit more move diversity versus Tepig. Oh god, it's worth 800 points as well. Come around the corner and get these cards. I'm gonna try really hard to do this. Come on, knock him out. Oh, not quite. Don't worry, that wasn't my Totodile. I wasn't getting knocked out. I was switching. So while they switch, you kind of get a moment to switch, and I knew that that was going to be a little bit faster. Nice. 1,400. Not quite. Just one more battle, and it doesn't matter. If I would have knocked out that trainer on the first blow, that would have just been enough. I guess we'll just engage in the fight. You don't have to sneak up every time, though it just feels natural to do it. So 6 wins is actually pretty good. It's like average. Again, I could have got one less. So I'm gonna do that. And we're here. See, this was one of the taxi things. That was actually very, very good. Rintero here has kind of an interesting team. He uses the 3 elemental monkeys. He has Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour. We're obviously a little bit concerned about the Simisear. But the quirk of his team is that all 3 of the monkeys have the move Protect. Protect is kind of a funny move where, yes, you are immune to damage for a certain period of time. However, it's kind of funny where you can just attack before he gets the Protect off. The Protect might protect from partial damage, so I'm not going to click Aerial Ace immediately. I'm just going to get really close and now use it. See, now he protected, but I already got the move off. So this is like vital that I'm kind of like really encroaching on him, especially for this guy. Oh, he did get... Oh, this is not going to be good. That wasn't the move I wanted to click. I'm actually surprised that he got that off. I thought I got my Aerial Ace before his Protect. My bad. My bad on that one. Didn't know your game. Yeah, that one was... So, in that case, I got some of the damage, but I didn't get all the damage. That was actually a perfect trio example. I got full damage against the grass one. I got no damage against the fire one. And I got partial damage against the water one. But my battle zone itself is where I got some of the time back. Super cool. So like I said, you get a good taste of all of the battle zones and kind of what you're trying to optimize. Again, would make for a super fun race. I think for a first-time marathon, if you've not shown ZA before, good enough on its own. There's so much exciting things to happen. Speaking of which, we are about to enter our first Rouge Mega Evolution Battle. We are following this very good pupper in Zygarde, 10% form. Because the Zygarde is trying to tell us, hey, something bad is happening. There's a Pokemon up there that is going to undergo a Mega Evolution without a trainer. Because usually you can only Mega Evolve if a human has the Mega Stone and has the Keystone, I believe it's called, and the Pokemon itself is holding the respective Mega Stone. It's a bond between Pokemon and trainer that activates Mega Evolution. But something weird has been happening in Lumiose City for a while where wild Pokemon are Mega Evolving on their own uncontrollably. And it is taking trainers like us. Zygarde literally just like launches us up to the roof. It's going to take trainers like us to quell these Mega Evolved Pokemon. But you can only do that with a Mega Evolved Pokemon, or plus moves, of yourself. But we don't have a Mega Stone. We don't have a Keystone. And this Absol's in trouble. It is about to undergo Rouge Mega Evolution. So AZ shows up. He's got his Lucario. And Lucario's going to help us. What a good dog. Lucario also gives us the Keystone to work with his Mega Stone. And this will be the first and unfortunately only Rouge Mega that we'll see. But what a fun fight. What a great soundtrack. So I'm going to focus for this fight to see if I can defeat the Absol in approximately 2 minutes or a little less. I will focus. You just enjoy the music. I'm always head bobbing to... the music here. Lucario is great. It comes with all super effective moves. Rock Smash can get defense drops, and that would be excellent. Okay. So these are the Mega Crystals. So we're going to Mega Evolve here. So we have to build Mega, like, power before we evolve. We can't just hit the button and evolve. We actually have to do damage, select moves, and get those crystals. The crystals can also sustain the Mega power as well. So now you're going to see us start doing a lot more damage. And more crystals are going to start falling. I didn't get a defense drop there. There we go. I need a defense drop. There we go. Wait for it. The rogue cannot be, cannot be damaged while it does its rage animation. Getting close, getting close. One more defense drop should do it, like, for sure. Also, remember, I'm trying to manage my own player health as well. Ooh, I wasn't quite there. So I'm going to finish him off with these plus moves, because now I can do the damage even though I lost my Mega Evolution. I gained just enough crystals to finish the job. So I got it a little bit slower than I would like. There was a middle section there where I wasn't getting my Rock Smash defense drops. Bit of RNG to fight with. Super fun, though. The Rogue Mega Battles are super fun. You're trying to do damage. You're trying to position yourself and pick up the Mega Crystals while also not being attacked yourself. When the Absol does the Dark Pulse and does that big, like, area of effect attack, you need to stand back, because if your player character is in that, you will die. Die as in you have to start the fight over again. There is, like, a halfway mechanic to keep some of the damage dealt. But super fun. I love all of the rogue battles in this game. Again, big suggestion that if you're really into ZA and if you're enjoying kind of this smaller sector run, to check out something, to check out some of the any percent runs. I know they're longer. I've been doing a lot of work on them as well. If you do want to hang out with me, my Twitch channel is tpat_wx. Would be lovely to see anybody there. I've been practicing a lot, and I know that the run is long, but I try to do them on like weekends or Friday nights if I have the time. Big shout outs, by the way, to everybody who has put forth a whole lot of work into the route here. Again, I can't say enough good things about the Pokemon speedrunning community that has been so innovative in developing the route. While the Heracross feels obvious, there are some really cool strats for the later game that have just been developing and having new iterations. There was a point where we had a new version of the route every other day for the first 2 weeks. I think there's like we're on like version 8 already for any percent. When we get to the Absol in my party, so just a quick menu here. But big, huge shout outs to the Pokemon speedrunning community. I'm gonna say them by name. I just want to do the menu first. We just need to have the Absol in the party with the Megastone equipped, which we are gifted. We are gifted that Absol and its Megastone. And Urbane or Tawny, if you pick the other gender character, wants you to have it in your party. Anyways, big shout outs to Headbob, Zypotic, Crisis, Valkyrie, Etiquette, Pulse, 360 Chrism, Dynam. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I should be shouting out. Like, everybody's been so incredible about developing some really cool strats here. Yeah, I think that's like, I think that's most everybody. I'm sure there's like somebody I forgot. I'm gonna feel really bad about it. Oh, this is not here yet. Hold on. Hold on. I almost skipped the spot. We need to do our battle zone first. I was like, we're going to Quartz Arctico? That doesn't seem right. One more battle zone, and then we'll get our rank F battle against Vinny. These battle zones can be kind of funky. I'm gonna go this way, actually. You know what? If you're gonna turn... I don't think I have any good battle cards yet. I haven't seen any. Haircross, what are you doing? Attack! he was kind of lagging behind here. So again, the cards are more important than the battles. I think I need 6k points. Oh, land hits with grass. I think I just put the spinner rack away. No, I haven't. Okay. Use super effective move, doesn't matter what kind. Okay, we're gonna get the spinner rack out here. Oh, that kind of was a little lame. Now I have to wait to get this absorb off. So the spinner rack was kind of in a weird spot. So the cooldown is in effect in the overworld. Move over here, closer to my next card. Yeah, so we have the Absol now, which is actually super cool. It's a great dark type user. We use it against the like the ghosts throughout the run. Immediately knock out your opponent with the first blow. That's great. I want this card first. Sneak up and start battles with grass. Okay. Hey, listen, if that's gonna do that, then do this. Aerial Ace is a super fast move. Where do I think the next card is going to be? Oh, an Autono. I was trying to target. I was like looking away, and I was like, well, I should focus on the battle here. So again, I'll take the 200 points. The other one's fine. We want more cards though. Land hits with electric type moves. That's only 200 points, so it's not as useful. So I can't always just do it. Like, will 200 points be super worth it? Probably not. I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna move into a different sector. I'm looking for more bonus cards here. Use super effective move, doesn't matter what kind. That's only 100 points though. And this is probably a trainer that didn't even have. I have good coverage again. Fighting flying is great. But yeah, use super effective moves, but there's no guarantee that I even find a trainer to use that on. But I could use some better cards. Use some more cards, to be honest. I was gonna say, can I actually get this card that's like right here first? Like just having access to a card. If I pick up that card, it says use super effective move. Boom, I've finished that card. But now I'll have to engage in another fight to even do it. I'll hold on to that 200 because I can do it. I would have to, yeah, see. I could have done that if I would have got, if I would have got the Mareep there, then I would have got it here. This is fighting works. I'll leave that 200 point card in my pocket in case I need it. I might actually. At the pace I'm going at, might actually. Ooh, this guy's really good. Oh, wait, 2 Ultra Ball guys? No way. Okay, so this guy with the Ultra Ball hair always gives very good cards. There's 2 of them on the screen right now. It's wild. Unfortunately, I'm also like one-ish fight away. It's either do that or take your card. Please give me a good card. These are usually worth a lot. So yeah, sneak up and start the battle before they spot you. And that's all I need to do. So I never had to get that Mareep out, so I didn't, thankfully, waste time. That's gonna miss. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. All right, we got our points. This was 9. 9's a little slow. If I would have gotten those cards earlier, and this guy also has a card, but they spawned on, like, the second time through, so fortunately didn't help all that much. So I'm actually going to lead Absol here. If those 2 guys, both of the Ultra Ball hair guys, spawn early, I can get their cards, and they're usually worth a lot more. So I'm going to be like 800 or 1,000 in that section. If I get them earlier, I do that in 5 battles instead of 9. Swords Dance. That was a great battle. Awesome. These 2 Dedenes are kind of awkward. We don't really have very good moves for them yet, so kind of plus power slash is like the best thing we can do. The Absol, I think, is actually pretty fair. The Heracross is a little bit higher level, but it's the same thing. It's like plus power takedown. And then we're going to use the Heracross. I'm a little damaged, but I don't think I actually have to open the menu to heal. So this has gone swimmingly. Record for rank F runs is a 141 low. I think it's 141 like 06. I think getting anything under 145 is very, very good. I think I said a 155 is probably a pretty fair estimate. That for some shenanigans would be fair. I think 150 is a fine estimate too, especially for some very, very good players. And I'll get there as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this rank F run. Notice how we are currently rank V. Rank F is 16 levels higher. So that's why this feels kind of like a monumental moment in the run. It is the, hey, we're going to promote you 16 ranks at once. Comes with a very funny animation. A nice little bite-sized run where we get to do a lot of the battle zones. Again, 5 battle zones. You saw the really cool overworld mechanics of the battle system. I think the coolest thing is to have that one rogue mega battle really, really solidifies this as you got a little of everything. You got a little of the plot, you got a lot of the battles, you got at least that one rogue, which sets you up for the rest of the, like, the plot and the run. Very, very fine, cool stuff. So we're going to jump right into it. This is the last battle of this nice little bite-sized run. Again, this well under 2 hours versus the nearly 6.5 to 7 hour run of the full any percent game. Excellent stuff where the runners have to be very sharp. They have to be calculating how to effectively use the RNG to their advantage to achieve good times, which again is something I absolutely and desperately love about speedrunning. And then there are fights like this, like Vinny is no slouch. Vinny has a mega Pokemon on his team that he will use against us. And we have to be very careful and very sharp ourselves. But first, get out of there, Heracross, you're gonna die! Let's get this off first because the Baniri does have the move Charm. It can be a little scary. Oh, kind of hit me. I got a good hit off. That was a fairy type move. And whatever Mega Pokemon you thought he was going to use, I bet you didn't think it was Drampa. One of the many new Mega Evolution Pokemon introduced in this game. Mega Drampa, beautiful Pokemon. A very powerful normal dragon type. Ooh, please get this pin missile off. Ooh, let's carry. Okay, got it. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I forgot to do plus pin missile, and I left him on like 1 HP. All good. There we go. Defeated Vinny. Time will be after our funny rank up animation, but again, big thanks to anybody watching this, first of all. Big thanks to our entire Pokemon speedrunning crew. And time. Big thanks to our entire Pokemon speedrunning crew and community. Again, all the people who put in amazing time and effort into routing this. Spider! How did I forget Spider in my shoutouts? Literally, Spider, Etiquette, Headbob, Truly, Crisis, Halkery, Zypotic, Etiquette. I might have said his name twice. All incredible people, all incredible friends of mine. We have a great community and crew that is very open and sharing. A lot of them had their own personal notes just posted in the Switch PSR Discord for literally anybody to just take a look at. Like, no one's like guarding their strategies to themselves. It is very much just like an open community of ideas because we're all trying to make each other better. Because that's what speedrunning is about. It's about being better than we were, you know, previously. So, again, I just desperately love this community. So, thank you for watching. Really appreciate that. That was rank F in 145. If you're watching this for marathon consideration, I really hope that this was fun, this was energetic, and this might be something you want to see in your marathon. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. Again, my name is T-Pat. You can find me on Twitch at tpat_WX or anywhere else on social media, mainly at ThomasPatrickWX. So thanks for watching, everybody. That was Rank F. And if you want to see more, if you want to see the any percent, there are many, many people, including those that I just mentioned, that are speedrunning this nearly daily on Twitch. Please find any of them. I would, of course, recommend myself as well. And I hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out and ask me or anyone in this amazing community. So thanks, everybody.